There is a mysterious shrine known as the Holy Marlin hidden deep within the Mojave Desert. Today we're going to take this GX 460 through the desert to find and explore this mysterious monument or memorial, if you will. If you want to know where the trail starts, it starts right here. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Right here, of course, is in the description of the video, so all you have to do to find out where right here is just check the description. It will show you the starting point and the end point. So it's going to give you all the information that you need to know. And basically, we're going to end up at one of the Mojave Desert's most mysterious locations, which is known as the Holy Marlin. Nobody quite knows why it's there or who put it there or what it signifies. But before we get with that, let's talk about the trail itself. Please watch this video before you go down this trail and decide if it's for you. I'm going to go ahead and rate this as difficult, but I'll rate it on the easier side of difficult. And the reason why I give it this rating is it starts out, as you saw, as a dirt road, but then quickly you're going to be mountain climbing here with a bunch of sharp rocks, ruts, and these kind of off-camber or tilted shelf roads. Not a lot, but with the combination of the sharp rocks, the small sharp rocks, the medium sharp rocks, and the large sharp rocks, all while the road is tilting to one direction, I'll go ahead and give it a difficult rating. However, keep in mind this is going to be on the more moderate end of that scale. So to many of you out there, this is just going to be a moderate rating. But of course, ratings are all subjective. So take a look here. Tell me what you think and what rating you'd give this trail based on what you're seeing. Because it's subjective. Some people are used to rocks and this is no big deal for them. And to other people, this is not something they want to do. So you decide for yourself. Take a look at that terrain and you can see that we're high up in elevation and we've clearly got some rocks in the way. Sharp rocks at that. In the distance is an old dry lake area, which dried up some time ago, but beautiful views out here, beautiful elevation. Here you can see some of that kind of tilt. Again, a camera won't do it justice, but there is a slight angle to the passenger side there while you're going downhill, while you're dodging or climbing over these rocks or sliding over them or any combination, crashing over them. And so you can see that passenger side is a drop. Cameras make things look safe, but I assure you this is not simply a dirt road. This is a trail, and this does have some challenges based on your experience level. Given that it's in the Mojave Desert, and if you take this in the summer, just remember to pack and plan accordingly. Otherwise, you're going to do just fine. Just take your time, and there's going to be a few harder obstacles, but this in and of itself is hard because in addition to these kind of off-camber angles, they're pretty much blind too. So in other words, there's a lot of up and down type of undulations in the road where you cannot clearly see over your hood. So in this case here, we're going downhill, all while turning at the same time to the passenger side. So try not to tip over the passenger side while pulling a turn towards the passenger side, while going downhill where you can't see over the end of your hood, while avoiding these two giant rocks on the driver's side, that darker rock that's about to hit the bumper, and then the lighter rock to the passenger side, which is got to be dodged as well. So this is why I'm going ahead and giving this as, you know, more of a difficult rating, because in this scenario you've got, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things to process here all at once, and that might be a little overwhelming if you don't have experience processing at least a few of these simultaneously. So remember, the passenger side here wants to fall off a cliff while you're pulling a hairpin turn, again while dodging rocks underneath of you and on both sides. So I think this rating is warranted, but again, tell me what you think. And we're still going downhill, so keep in mind this is straight downhill while zigzagging and dodging rocks all at the same time. So I would definitely use caution and respect whichever line you choose to take. This is why we're essentially crawling and really respecting the terrain here. Beautiful backgrounds there. Absolutely gorgeous scenery, but of course focus on the road because there's no time to look at it, at least in that section. Here it evens out a little bit, but there's still some pretty tall rocks sticking up in the middle there. But it will get easier as you go along and you get closer to the Holy Marlin, which of course is why you're taking this trail, to explore the mystery of the Holy Marlin. Now, as I was saying in the beginning, nobody knows why it's there. There's little clues other than the initials J and M on the Holy Marlin. Other than that, well, there's a marlin in the middle of it, of a crucifix with a kind of a bicycle sprocket or gear. But let's get back to this before I get distracted here. But this is another straight downhill. Very hard to see over the front edge of the hood. So, you know, I'd call these kind of rock steps. So think of a staircase made out of rocks. So if you find that sort of thing fun, you'll love this. And if for some reason you're at the experience level where you find this boring, you can always take it down and then turn around and take it up. But I think all experience levels will be delighted with this trail. Here's another view of a very steep decline. So this is very steep, hence the tortoise pace. and the super duper cautiousness, and the head popping out of the window in a futile attempt to see as much as possible. Granted, we already got out and walked this section to kind of see what was going on, but you know, you need everything you can get here because it's steeper than it looks. Can't say cameras don't do it justice enough, but cameras don't do it justice. But take your time, go slow, and you're going to be a-okay. And after this, there's relatively few difficult sections left. But again, a closer look at the terrain here, and you're going to see these rocks, which are sharp and plentiful. There's another truck down there in the distance. They didn't come up this way, they stopped right there. Keep in mind this is a designated shooting area in California, so you will hear and/or see gunfire. So just something else to keep in mind. There's camping in the area, you know, all sorts of fun activities. Now getting back to the Holy Marlin, nobody knows why it's there. It's a crucifix with a bike sprocket, with a marlin, a hammer, and a nail. And very little is published online about it. Asking around about it, it comes up with few answers. So it was put there presumably to memorialize the death of someone or something. So it should be treated with respect. And I think, if anything, serve as a reminder to the dangers of the great outdoors, no matter what it is you may be doing, whether it's hiking, biking, camping, hunting, off-roading, or just getting a good suntan. But if anybody knows anything about the backstory behind the Holy Marlin, please comment in the comment section below. And this section, you get an idea of, there's still quite a bit of ups and downs, which is going to make you face the sky. So if you're not into facing the sky when you're going uphill, that's something to keep in mind before you take the trail. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of a trash area here where the shooting area is. Hopefully in the future, people who shoot will clean up a little bit better. And we're approaching the Holy Marlin here momentarily, so keep in mind, if you want to know the endpoint and the location of the Holy Marlin, simply look again in the description. But do take your time through these last sections, because there's still some surprises in these ups and downs, which may look tame on video, but you know, they are blind ups and downs and relatively steep. And you want to look out for that trash in the road if it's still there, or there's new trash added, unfortunately. If I haven't mentioned this yet, the vehicle being used here is a 2021 Lexus GX, so use that as reference to whatever vehicle you're going to choose to take to the Holy Marlin here. Going ahead to look down this blind, steep roller coaster ride there and make sure nothing was sticking up or in the way or what have you. It's always a good idea. And the next thing you know, you're here. So remember, as always, if you've enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful, and you want to see similar videos, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification button so you could be a